Welcome back everyone, and yes, that's right, you've read the title correctly. Today we're seeing how to make a mayonnaise with boiled eggs. Isn't that wonderful? No more raw egg products. If you don't want to have them, you can still eat mayonnaise with this recipe. But more precisely today we're gonna see how to make a classic French sauce, which is called the sauce Gribiche. The sauce Gribiche is the ultimate sauce we use in France with cold meats. That's it. Imagine a nice platter of cold meats, being roast beef, pork, veal, chicken, and even fish on your table, and in the middle you're gonna have that lovely sauce. It's like a mayonnaise because it's based on a mayonnaise made with boiled eggs, but then we're gonna add some flavor to it. Fresh herbs, capers, and gherkin. Mix everything together and it's ready. Now let's see how to make that beautiful sauce Gribiche, which is actually an old sauce, a bit forgotten, and we're gonna make it alive again. Now let's revive that sauce Gribiche, because I think a lot of French cooking recipes are slowly kind of forgotten, even amongst the French people. You'll be surprised to hear that, but even in France I think people tend to be more and more lazy and forget this real classic. Now the sauce Gribiche, if you don't know, it's a very classic for anything that's cold meats and cold fish. It's really beautiful. So today we're gonna use like a mayonnaise, the basic ingredients: salt and pepper, mustard, eggs, this time cooked, and oil. And we're gonna beat this into a mayonnaise. When the mayonnaise is ready, we add fresh tarragon, fresh parsley, this is flat leaf parsley, gherkins, and some capers. If you don't have the fresh herbs, of course you can use dry herbs or something similar. And don't get hold up on the recipes, guys, because you don't have one little ingredient. You can still make it. So yes, it's fine to use dry herbs instead. Now let's get started and see how we make that sauce. The crucial step when you make a sauce Gribiche, or you start your mayonnaise with boiled eggs, is to get your egg yolks right. Okay, so basically, like we're making a mayonnaise, we need egg yolks. So you got your boiled eggs and we need to smash them very thinly. So if you don't have this thing, you can use, for instance, this is the lazy way. Okay, you can't be bothered, you don't have the time, you don't have the equipment, you can use a fork and you do this. You mash everything very thinly. It works, but as you can see, we've got this kind of clumps. It's not super thin. So usually what's the way we have to do it usually is to use some kind of a sieve. And sorry about the long-winded presentation, and I give you a small example here. And you have to sieve and press your eggs through this. You see that paste? To really get your eggs as creamy. Look at that. You see that? Now this is what you should have. Some powdery kind of egg mix. Okay? So you're gonna pass basically all of your eggs either with the fork or with this or anything similar. Make a big powder until all of your eggs are done. Done. This is the result. When you've done all the eggs, it's nice and powdery, ready to be used for the mayonnaise. Egg whites. You take all of your egg whites and you chop them in little cubes. It's not exactly cubes, but little pieces like this, and you reserve them in a fridge for later. And now let's make the mayonnaise. Most important, like I always say, you need to have all of your ingredients. I've got my eggs, salt, pepper, mustard. I've got all my oil kind of on the side ready, so I don't have to run around the kitchen. In terms of ingredients, everything is listed in the video description, but basically the equivalent of 2 egg yolks in kind of a powder form, like this. Salt and pepper, just a few pinches, not too much, up to you. There's about a tablespoon of mustard. I'm using Dijon mustard, which is the French one. And something I forgot to mention is 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar. Actually, today I'm using apple cider vinegar for something a bit different. Once you've got this, the step consists like a mayonnaise of making your base, and this is gonna be the beginning of your sauce. And then when you're here, you're gonna add oil, but very gently. This sauce is actually a bit more tricky to make than the mayonnaise. So a little bit of oil, you turn, nice and smooth. You keep going, little bit of more oil. You turn, the oil incorporates nicely, okay? And it's gonna thicken, it's gonna grow, and this is what you're gonna want to do, bit by bit, until all the oil is done. Now we're gonna prepare all the garnish, set this in the fridge, and then mix everything together. When your mayonnaise is resting, we can prepare the herbs. So you just need 1 tablespoon of herbs. So I've roughly chopped some parsley here, and you're gonna continue to finely chop it. And you got the idea. The tarragon, just remind the tarragons are little leaves. You need to pluck them off the stem. Don't take the whole branch and start cutting this. You don't want to eat that. And you get everything in a bunch like that. And you can do a few passages to make sure when it's there. Okay. Let's give you the idea. See? A few herbs, and you reserve this in a bowl. Gherkins and capers, same thing, the equivalent of 3 small gherkins. The ingredients are in the video description. Okay, and you're just gonna take them and you make these little slices of gherkin. Your gherkins like that, and your capers. Up, you just roughly chop them, but not too much. Capers, you don't want to overdo it. Huh? When this is done, you're gonna basically add the whole mix in here. I've washed my hands, by the way, guys, don't worry. And you put everything in here, and it's gonna be ready to be added into our mayonnaise. All right, and now dressing up the sauce. So we got our base, the kind of mayonnaise-like sauce. You're gonna add all of your herbs, plus your capers, plus your gherkin. You're gonna mix well, and this is what's gonna give some kind of body to the sauce. And when you're done to give even more body, then comes the egg white that we're not throwing away, you see? We're trying to use absolutely everything we can, and you're gonna slowly, basically incorporate this into the sauce to give us our final product. Okay, so we're gonna dress it up nicely in a bowl with a plate of meat and see what it looks like. And that's it, guys, that completes our video for the sauce Gribiche. It's all done. Look at this, the egg white, the gherkins and the fresh herbs. I'm just gonna try that beautiful sauce because it's made for cold meats, and I've cooked that meat especially. Let me tell you. How it tastes, beautiful. I think grainy, you can feel the egg yolks, the freshness of the herbs, and I love these boiled eggs, the white bits, dancing around, and it goes beautifully with the meat. Really highly recommended, guys. It's a beautiful sauce for cold meats. But anyway, that completes the video of the week. I see you next time. As always, of course, comment, subscribe if you can, and I see you all on my next video. Have a great time. See you next time. Bye bye.